Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, maybe even wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the 2026 Total Energies Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. And today we're on pitch 3 of the Mohammed VI Football Academy in Rabat, Morocco, for the Matchday 2 meeting between Angola and Tanzania in Group C. These two joined in Group C by Mali and Mozambique. Mali, still one of Africa's most respected youth football nations, seeking another deep run after reaching the final in the previous edition. And that's all the more impressive. Angola's start to the competition holding them to a goalless draw on Matchday 1 a few days ago. Impressive start to life for the Angolan side. Also impressed during the CASAFA qualifiers. Produced a disciplined defensive performance to hold the former finalists to a 0-0 in their opening Group C match. It was perhaps an even more impressive start from Tanzania. Arguably the underdogs, or one of the underdogs in the tournament, but a 3-0 win against Mozambique in their opening showing at this tournament. It was Atanazi, a Miambo own goal, and Begalende with the goals in that one for the Tanzanians. Angola in that 0-0, heading back to their tightly contested encounter. They saw Mali dominate large periods of the match, create the better chances, but Angola keeper Gelson Dalla with a series of outstanding saves to secure a valuable point for his side. His heroic display earned him the Total Energies Man of the Match award. Having frustrated the Malian attack throughout the afternoon, he'll look to do the same here against Tanzania, who were free-flowing in attack right from kickoff, showed their intent, quickly took control of the ball. An energetic midfield, rapid transitions, and repeatedly exposed a Mozambican defence. It struggled to cope with their pace. Angola grew gradually in confidence, occasionally threatened themselves on the counter. Clear-cut opportunities limited. Despite Mali's dominance, their defensive discipline, and Dalla's commanding performance ensured an important point in their first game. Tanzania, 3 goals and 3 points. Currently sat at the top of Group C. That all ancient history now. Football tournaments like this move on quickly. 3 days later, and immediately back under the spotlight once again. As much as it was a very impressive performance from both, albeit in very different aspects of the game, they'll have to try and live up to those now slightly raised expectations here. Maybe an even tougher job over the next couple of hours. We'll take a brief pause now for the two countries' national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Angola. سيداتي وسادتي المرجو الوقوف للنشيد الوطني لأنغولا. And now the national anthem of Tanzania. والآن النشيد الوطني لتنزانيا.
Mungu Ibariki, Africa. And before that, Angolan anthem, Angola Avante. He certainly will be looking to push on forwards on match day 2. See some fans in the stands who've made the relatively long trip here. Whichever country they've come from. Here is the 11 chosen by Mario Catala. It's a 4-1-4-1. Once again for Angola, a few changes, perhaps surprisingly considering an impressive performance. It's now Oficial up top, with Manuel dropping to the bench, starting striker up against Mali. 3 changes in total made by Catala. See if it has a defensive approach, as was the case in the match with Mali 3 days ago. Two captains. Man of the match from match day 1, Gelson Dalla and Mahimbo of Tanzania meeting Mohamed El Baroudi. Referee in the middle. Kasim Juma, aka Mahimbo, for Tanzania. The young captain is part of a back 4, guarding the goal of Haji Abdallah. Yusuf Mbegu, Juma and Kilandemo, the back 4. And no changes from the side, which produced that excellent 3-0 win over Mozambique. Once again, Lookman will go for goal at the top of another 4-1-4-1. We'll see, it could be more like a more traditional 4-4-2. Time will tell. We're now just about ready to get underway here in Rabat. So here we go on match day 2 in this year's Total Energies CAF Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola take on Tanzania in Group C here in Rabat, Morocco. Angola in their traditional deep red and black, shooting from left to right as we watch on in this first 45. Tanzania in their similarly traditional all blue with the yellow trim. Known as the Serengeti boys. The under-17 Tanzanian side. Angola, the Palanquinhas. Traditionally Portuguese flavour as ever to this Angolan side. 2 members of the squad play their club football in Portugal. Here's Emmanuel Oficial, number 9, brought in to the starting 11. He plays for Oeiras in Portugal. And so too Francisco. There's a long ball forwards will be dealt with by Gelson Dalla. He one of many to play for Petroleus de Luanda, famous Angolan club. Petro, if you are familiar. $20 Girabola. Semi-finals of the Champions League, a couple of occasions. And the showing of Mario Quezada's first game of the tournament. Gelson Dalla might well be working his way into the thoughts of the Petro manager sooner rather than later, despite his tender years. Just 16 years of age, turned 17 in September, but was a really commanding performance to keep out last year's runners-up for 90 minutes. Man of the match performance from Dalla. Look for another clean sheet here. That's given away though. Brought forwards by Atanasi. He runs into trouble. Angola can clear their lines. Hopefully, the second time of asking. It's a really impressive performance from both sides, surpassing expectations in different ways on match day 1. Angola very much the underdogs up against Mali, silver medalists from last year, holding them to that 0-0 draw, claiming a potentially crucial point, whilst Tanzania racked up 3 goals and 3 points in their first game of the tournament against Mozambique. Inetza Sanganzelu's men, or young men. Dominant performance. Atanasi mentioned a moment ago with the opener for an own goal. Made it 2-0 at half-time, and Ozaki Begalende with the third on the hour mark. Took advantage of space behind the defensive line, sealed the win. Well worked team move, and unsurprisingly no changes to that team made by the Tanzanian head coach. They'll have a first corner here, first chance to really attack the Angolan box. We tick towards the 5-minute mark. It's a decent delivery. It was missed by a defender in the middle. Cleared away by the man at the back post. Tanzania will get it back and launch it forwards again. 2 number 5s battle for it. It's Angola's Costa. Gets the job done. He's survived their first scare there. Goal inside. Follow along with the hashtag TotalEnergies AFCON U-17. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on, what has got you off your seat in the first 5 minutes. Fairly cautious start as ever. Two sides figuring each other out. That's been nicely worked on the far side by Angola. Asking a lot there of Avelino. Couldn't quite keep it in, despite impressive showing of pace. Avelino, one also brought in. The change to the starting 11, played just 6 minutes in the goalless draw with Mali. Got a single touch of the ball. Understandably, Angola sitting back, defending. Very deep by that point, late in the game. Having to claim that solitary point. Big result for them against the group favourites. Now up against the group leaders. And Edilazio on the right wing, number 7. Under Petro de Luanda, academy member. Looking to put the group leaders under pressure. Just about bailing out his fellow defender there, Martinho. Brought forwards now by Moraes. Here's Avelino again. More touches there than the entirety of Matchday 1, but still couldn't find his way past Yusuf. Open up here for Edilazio. It's a decent strike. Certainly a save Abdallah would expect to make. And Tanzania pushing in from the right-hand side. Hamis running down a blind alley as it turned out, and Angola looked very dangerous on the counter, trying to use Edilazio's pace again. And Demo, no slouch himself. Angola showed some signs of what they might produce here with impressive run in the qualifiers. You see a hefty tackle come in there and leave Edilazio minus a shoe. One of his boots flying off. Juma, the captain. Word from the referee as Edilazio puts himself back together. It was a bit dangerous there in truth from the young captain. Over the ball. The studs catching, fortunately, the back of the boots rather than the back of Edilazio's foot. Certainly though a free kick either way. It's flicked backwards from Hossi to Manelson. He gives it straight away. Careless. Tanzania will look to punish that mistake. Here now with Begalendi. No, he'll be dangerous. One of the scorers 3 days ago. And now Tanzania with a free kick in a not dissimilar position. It's the one they just, I would say defended, but it was handed to them on a plate immediately. Juma Lifts it in. It's flicked on and will be claimed, unsurprisingly, by Gelson Dalla. Commanding once again in his area in the early stages here, picking up where he left off against Mali. Yes, in those CASAFA Under-17 Championship qualifiers, Angola making it all the way to the final, narrowly losing that to South Africa 2-1. A number of dominant performances along the way. Stunning 7-0 victory over Mauritius in the group stages, one of the biggest victories of the tournament. Attacking strength spearheaded by Pedro Antonio. Finished as the top scorer with 8 goals. And Gelson Dalla with the Golden Glove, conceding just 2 in the entire competition. Not taking any chances there, the young keeper, almost floating towards his near post. Fancy trying to catch it under pressure. Coming Tanzanian, organising his defence as that's taken short. To the taker, it swung in, punched away by Dalla. Pinned back a touch here, Angola. Another corner in to a dangerous area, looking for the head of Mbegu. Angola clear and try to push up, gain some territory back. They will indeed force Tanzania all the way back to Haji Abdallah. Not tested quite as much as his fellow keeper today on Matchday 1, but a clean sheet all the same for Abdallah, young TDS prospect. Yes, whilst Angola showed plenty of attacking prowess and defensive solidity throughout their qualifiers, Tanzania perhaps even more impressive in their qualifying tournament, the CASAFA Under-17 Championship. Made it to the final and won it as well, up against local rivals Uganda. 3-2. Final played in Addis Ababa, which was a great piece of revenge, having lost to the same opponents in the previous year's final. Sanganzelu's side, a real consistent showing throughout the qualifying tournament. Beat Uganda as well in the group stage, 1-0. Great tactical discipline, ability to deliver in the crucial matches. Confirms them as one of the fastest growing African nations in youth football. They will be determined to make it to their first ever Under-17 World Cup. It's their 4th appearance at the Under-17 AFCON. Steadily built experience at this level. Featured last year and so too in 2017 and 2019. Yet to progress beyond the group stage. Of course, the chances of making it to the World Cup significantly increased now. Ten teams will make it to the global tournament in Qatar in November, up from the previous 4. Of course, the tournament just gone 6 months ago was the first edition with that revamped 48-team tournament. Neither of these sides made it there. Angola have made it to the World Cup once, back in 2019. a single appearance. They impressed once they were there. Made it through the group stage, finishing second behind the mighty Brazil, the hosts and eventual champions for the 4th time. On their first 2 games, 2-1 against New Zealand and Canada. Zinni with the opener in each, now playing his football at AEK Athens in Greece. Toulouse's Jason Russell-Rowe scored for Canada the equaliser. It was a 94th minute winner for Angola, which meant they had already qualified and they headed into the final game with Brazil. Ultimately knocked out by South Korea 1-0 in the round of 16. It was an excellent showing for Angolan youth players on the global stage for the first and so far only time. They'll look to change that here in Morocco. Tanzania's 4th under-17 AFCON, Angola's 6th. Best performance, of course, in 2019, which earned them that World Cup spot. Bronze medal, 3rd place finish. Knocked out in pretty brutal fashion. Semi-finals, penalty shootout. It's Cameroon, ultimately winners on penalties themselves in the final. Focused on the here and now, side still pretty evenly matched as things stand. Goalless with 17.5 minutes gone. That's a disappointing pass, and immediately acknowledging the mistake there, Manelson. Mahambo gives it back to Mbegu. Tanzania content to pass it around amongst themselves. The back, not rush things. They will now go for the long ball forwards, looking for the run of number 10, Badasalu. And instead, it's Angola who will bring it away on the left wing. Here looking for a run of Emmanuel. Not quite end-to-end stuff, but no shortage of energy here in the first 20 minutes. Playing at a pretty fast pace. Just not quite finding the final ball in the final third, either side thus far. Tanzania have come slightly closer to doing so. Can they do so here? Really nicely done. Eventually running into trouble there. Hamis. Great feat initially. Just tried to take on one too many, but he's helped to win it back. Made amends. Regained possession. Just asking a little too much. The winger on the far side. See there, I think fans from both countries have made the long journey here to Rabat. It's a first for the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. This setup all in the same sporting complex, the Mohammed VI football complex in Rabat. Serving as the central hub for all matches, training and team operations. First time in CAF Youth Competition history. Festival style format introduced this year. Part of a national initiative to promote and modernise football infrastructure in this complex. Inaugurated by King Mohammed VI 17 years ago now. Some big players who've trained at the academy later established themselves as internationals. Top leagues around the world. Naif Aguerd, Yusuf El-Naziri, Azadine Unai amongst them. The last World Cup in 2022, 4 academy trained players were part of the Morocco squad that reached the semi-finals and became the first African nation to do so. Knocked forwards there by Atanazi, quite on the same wavelength as his teammates. His strike partner, it appears, Salu. Still not totally obvious, the Tanzanian formation. Sometimes looks like 1 up top, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. It's quite a fluid attacking formation. Just under a quarter of the game gone. Both sides to be satisfied enough with what they've produced thus far. Lovely feet there from Begalendi. Good ball forwards, but maybe just a little too much on it. He's done really well to hang on to position. In the end, Salu get it back now, went for the flick and it wasn't picked up by Mahambo. Closed down quickly, Juma. Popping up all over the pitch, the captain. Drops back to his traditional centre-back position now. It's played off by Atanazi. Continues his run. That option turned down. Hamis lays it off. Demo. Nice ball forwards to Begalendi. He himself lays it off. Offers up. A run into the box. Rambo with the simple pass to Chile. The passes have been in the build-up here, but there was no final ball again, and Angola looking to strike on the counter. They looked threatening on occasion against Mali when they did that, and it's following a similar trend so far here. And one of those counters will earn the first booking of the game for Mahambo. Shirt pull, clear to see. And a clear and obvious decision for the referee. Booking for the midfielder. To be careful now for well over an hour, trying to avoid a second yellow and leaving his side with a numerical disadvantage. Frustration there. Had runners. The pass over hit straight through to Dalla. Begu. Off to Yusuf. Back four. Tanzania largely unthreatened thus far. Get that change here. Waiting for his keeper to arrive. Killing Demo. I think there was aiming for Balasalu. Fired it straight out of play. Far too much on the pass. Manuel trying to apply the pressure. Angola's number 9, but he couldn't win the ball back. Teammate behind him could. Not for long. Tanzania win it back in the opposition half. That's a lovely ball. And here's the biggest chance of the game so far. And it is converted. And it's Begalendi. Who else? He scored the third. Up against Mozambique. He gets us off and running here against Angola. It's a perfectly weighted ball through. Cool first touch. Even better second touch. And Razaki Juma Begalendi is 2 for 2 in this tournament. Slotting it beyond Dalla, which is no mean feat. Excellent on match day 1. He won't get a clean sheet on match day 2. Gelson Dalla. Tanzania have a well-deserved lead just inside the half-hour mark. With this change, Angola's approach, they've been certainly the more defensive side in the opening 30 minutes. Sitting back, looking to counter, as they did so successfully against Mali, but now having fallen behind for the first time in the tournament. There's the MO change. They push out a little more. You can see they've currently got 6 or 7 players applying the high press. It's paid off, they've won it back. Martinho can bring it forwards. But again, as we've said too often thus far, final ball lacking. Given straight back to Tanzania, who did get their final ball absolutely spot on in the build-up there. Perfectly weighted into the run. Begalendi. Balasalu with the assist. Begalendi just 16 years of age as well. Now 2 for 2 in this tournament. Only 2 appearances last year as a 15-year-old. Didn't score then. 16-year-old showing he very much belongs at the sharp end of this competition. Clinical finish. Which is currently the difference between the sides. That pass not perfectly weighted from Mahambo. Finding himself surrounded there. There's that Jairo Mwanya. Plenty of running from the number 10. He'd rather be creating in the final third than defending. Feels like he's covered the most ground of anyone on the pitch. Long ball forwards is dealt with by Martinho, but only partially. Here come Tanzania again. Shot far too close to Gelson Dalla. And they're charging forwards again. Here's Mwanya. Slip this time. He's a pocket rocket, one of the smallest players on the pitch, but one of the quickest. Acceleration is stunning. Applied the pressure there. And ultimately, Tanzania handing over possession, overhit pass out to the right-hand side. Manuel Moraes will get us back underway. Dummying the back pass there, and Begu keeping his head. Turning and looking for, I think, Begalendi, who may have swapped over to the right wing. It was indeed. Goal scorer having succeeded in scoring on the left. Fancies mixing things up, spending a bit of time on the right wing. There he is again. Lays it off to Yusuf. Nice interchange of passes. There we go again. Begalendi to Yusuf. Now the right back. And finally whip in the cross. Didn't match up to the build-up. The final delivery there. Offside flag was up anyway. Angola will get us back underway with a free kick. Matchday 2 of this 16th edition, or 21st if editions without hosts are included, of Africans, or Africa, as rather as youth football tournament. It's the second to feature 16 teams, and yes, as mentioned, 10 of those 16 will represent Africa at the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar in November. It'll be the second of the annual cycle adopted by FIFA. Under-17 World Cup played in the 48-team format, instead of the previous biennial 24-team tournaments. FIFA granting Qatar hosting rights from 2025 to 29. Start to feel like home in the youth of football. Portugal, the defending champions, won their maiden title in November. Africa put together a really good showing in that first expanded tournament. And that would have been some goal. Just to cut myself off. Going for the spectacular there, Hamis. Van Basten-esque volley there, but ultimately fair way wide of the far post. Did well just to make decent contact. Letting that come across his body. Very comfortable with the ball at their feet, Angola. Nice piece of footwork from Manilson. Create the space, it's just in the final third. Things haven't quite clicked yet. 10 minutes remaining of the first half. Decision on the far side. Going against Yusuf. Avellino winning the free kick. De Lazio. Manelson need to return the favour. 1-2 doesn't come off, but Angola will settle for a throw there deep in Tanzania territory. Rossi considering the long throw. Decides against it in the end. Send it in with his boot as well, and it's not a bad delivery. It's onto the head of Avellino. Couldn't send that back towards goal. Yes, African teams at the Under-17 World Cup doing really well. 8 nations reaching the round of 32. Morocco and Burkina Faso making it as far as the quarter-finals. Morocco was the reigning champions. Here the hosts defending their title. Attempting to become the first side in recent history to successfully defend the trophy on home soil. Tanzania just slowing things down a touch. Trying to draw Angola out. 1-2. Great running as well from Juma. Captain getting well forwards. He has a clear option there on his left in the shape of Salu. And all the way back to the new look back four. Mahambo dropping in place of his captain when required. He'll start again. But, by the time I finish the sentence, it's already back by the byline. Referee, though, blowing for a foul against Hamis. Clumsy on Hossi. Angola clear this forwards. It'll be interesting to see the approach. If there is a notably different one from Angola after the break, assuming things stay the same or similar here between now and the half-time whistle. Mario Catala instilled a disciplined attacking philosophy within his team, and might need to see more of the latter. Lovely footwork. Brilliantly breaking away, and that will be a free kick, certainly. Blocked off. And on the far side, Hamis, who's looked really bright as well in this first half. Lovely spin, roulette. Get away from the first Angolan. Morais ensuring he went no further. Escaping with nothing more than a talking to from the referee. Begalendi, raking ball towards Balasalu. He'll get it back here. Thought about the shot, laid it off instead. Begalendi. They're queuing up here. It's whipped into the box instead in the end by Mahambo. He wins it straight back. Kilindemo. Tanzania going for the jugular here. Settling on. Heading through to half-time with a narrow lead. He wants another. Claim total control. It's a 2-0 half-time lead on Matchday 1. Can they grab another here? Mahambo moved it onto his left and rather scuffed the effort in the end. Tanzania winning it back so quickly. Quite often in the opposition half as well. Chole dictating as ever in the Tanzania engine room, but it's been given away there by Juma, potentially costly, but he will be bailed out by Mbegu. Captain giving the ball away, found himself the wrong side of it, but over to cover his fellow central defender. Pass from Mahambo, asking too much of Atanasi. Chole. Floated ball forwards, just over the head of the goal scorer, Begalendi. He's done really well to get there and pull it back, and, well, questions asked of the referee at least by the fouled player, and fouled but not fouled in the opinion of the main man. There is no VAR but VS in operation during this tournament. For those less familiar, also used at the Under-17 World Cup. There's video support, no VAR officials present. Instead, the team's head coach can make a review request in relation to specific scenarios. There's goal or no goal, penalty or no penalty, direct red cards in cases of mistaken identity. Referee will go to the review area to look at the footage again, much as is the case with VAR. In those situations, all goals are automatically checked as well. And as with VAR, clear and obvious error required for the decision to be overturned. That's an interesting dynamic for the head coaches. No need for anything like that thus far, as we tick towards the final minute of the first half. And Chole with the ball just outside the Angolan area. Salu hands it off. Himbo gets it back here. Mahambo into the side netting. Had one or two options. Didn't fancy taking that on his left. Only player currently with a yellow card. Always going to be difficult to pull that back to a teammate outside of his right boot. Interesting considering he moved that earlier shot onto his left. Manuel Oficial hoping for a bit more in the way of service perhaps in the second half. Number 9 brought in for this second group game, but has been largely starved of service thus far. Manelson over to press, wrong-footed. Right, Kilendemo. De Lazio nearly got there ahead of Juma.
Additional time, 1 minute.
Just the 1 minute of additional time then to be played. Will there be time for one final chance? Angola certainly get us underway again pretty quickly. Be a brilliant time to score for them, for either side. In truth, this is the cliched best time to score just before the break. Force the opposition head coach to rip up their halftime team talk. Totally change the complexion of the second half. Late equaliser against the run of play would be particularly tough to take for Tanzania. If they can double their lead and take a total stranglehold through into the second 45. Looks though like we will be heading into the halftime break at 1-0. 1 minute is up. And there is the halftime whistle. With Tanzania seeing far more of the ball, producing much more attacking play, and ultimately rewarded. Had to wait a while. They got their goal just before the half-hour mark, courtesy of Begalendi, scorer on Matchday 1. It was the third on that occasion. He grabbed the first here. And it is Angola 0, Tanzania 1 at the halfway point. %65% of the possession, 3 times the shots, both on and off target, on and in total. Either way, pretty dominant 45 minutes from Tanzania. A lead to show for it as well. All 3 of the corners thus far. Angola will need to change something if they want to come away with at least 1 point from this Matchday 2 meeting, you sense. Angola taking on Tanzania on Matchday 2, 2026 Under-17 AFCON. Both sides with impressive performances in their opening group stage contest. Angola, the goalless draw against last year's runners-up Mali. Tanzania with a 3-0 win against Mozambique. It followed a similar story over the first 45 to their Matchday 1 games. Tanzania largely on the attack. Angola on the defensive, looking to counter at pace, but really able to cause Tanzania side any problems. That, though, not the case on the other foot. And it was a scorer against Mozambique who made it 2-2. The excellent Begalendi keeping his cool, slotting home into the bottom corner. Make it 1-0 just inside the half hour.
For Tanzania,
Well-deserved lead.
Rasiki.
It didn't overly change the approach of the Angolan side. More of the same once the game got back underway. Tanzania looking more likely to double their lead and to concede an equaliser, but it was 1-0 at half-time.
Adiós. 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 Adiós.
Adi, toalla. Lano qué? Anda, vamos, 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 vamos. Iwan sisa na tayo. Aqui.
Bora, mais uma. Isso, bora, mais uma. Isso, bora, aqui, de lado, bora, anda. Isso, outro lado. Outro lado, skipping e soltar.
Sai.
Skipping e soltar.
Sai.
Sai.
Volta.
Vai.
Mantém a ativação. Ok? Volta ali, ok?
Hello and welcome back to Rabat for the second half of this second group game in the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola taking on Tanzania, both with impressive performances in the first round of group games. A goalless draw for Angola against runners-up 12 months ago Mali, a 3-0 win for Tanzania against Mozambique. It's 1-0 to Tanzania again here. Certainly the more attacking side, arguably clearly the better side in the first 45, but that could all change. One change certainly made. In fact, make that two. One by each head coach, or is it no, two for Angola, one for Tanzania? Clearly spotting issues that needed addressing. Maybe just a little fresh blood needed for Tanzania. No real complaints surely from their head coach about how things have gone thus far. But it was exactly the same starting 11 from 3 days ago. Whilst there is the exuberance of youth, of course, throughout the team. Have to manage the playing time to some extent. They've instantly won it back and straight on the front foot again here. And Chole trying his luck and not too far over the bar. Issa Chole, first real venture forwards. Coming inside 30 seconds of the restart. It was Emmanuel Oficial who made way. First for Angola, the number 9 brought in to the starting lineup. It's been replaced by the man he replaced in the starting 11, Manuel, the young man. Joel Manuel of Petro de Luanda, another Luanda alumnus. See how he can fare. As I mentioned, Emmanuel Oficial largely starved of service in the first half. If Angola are able to change their way of playing, he won't be there to benefit from it. And the other substitute, Eliseo Francisco, commonly known by his first name. Fresh legs for both sides. 4 fresh legs for Angola to Tanzania's 2. There's Kazinga coming on, as you can see there, for the side currently with a 1-0 lead. Sam Kazinga. Frantic first few seconds to the half, now just settling down into similar holding pattern to the one we saw in the first 45. Tanzania trying to employ the high press, But Angola under pressure. They did win the ball in the opposition half on a number of occasions. Here's another. And can they strike for a second time? Oh, a crucial intervention there at the back. Had to get that right. Sliding in. Timing the challenge to perfection. Under real pressure there. Excellent work from, I believe it was Moraes. Angola can break forwards. First real attack of the second half. It'll be Eliseo to lift it in. And one number 18 though to the other. Into the arms of Haji Abdallah. Seems to be a straight swap on the left-hand side. Eliseo replacing Avelino. And similarly, a straight swap up top. Manuel on for Emmanuel Oficial. So no reshuffle deemed necessary by Angola's head coach. Emilio Catala knows these players well. So too, Ineza Sanganzelu, and he'll be disappointed to see his captain into the book. Join Mihambo in front of him on a yellow card. Hard to argue with the decision though of the referee. Now, first real threat on the Tanzanian goal in some time. Had a similar free kick early on. He fluffed the lines there, went for something from the training ground and immediately lost possession. Since this one though will be launched into the box. It is, but it's dealt with by Juma, making amends, giving away the free kick immediately. Turning his head to that. Remains though with Angola. Sorry, by the corner flag. Holding firm here as they withstand a spell of pressure. It's been a rarity, not just in this game, but in the tournament thus far for the Tanzanian side. Ball forwards. Be dealt with at the back by Costa. And that's given away. And will it be punished? It will. 2-0. Tanzania making no mistake and punishing the mistake of their opponents. I mentioned how many times they've won the ball in the opposition half, often in the final third. This time it was in the area. It only took one simple sideways pass. It was an open goal. Piece of miscontrol from Martinho. And unselfish from Saddam Hamis. And it's Hassan Kizinga, the substitute. He can make that super sub now, who scored with one of his first touches and doubled Tanzania's lead. Only played 8 minutes in the opening game. Hassan Kizinga only needed about 8 of the second half here on match day 2. after his half-time substitution to make his presence felt. One of the younger players in the squad won't turn 17 until the very end of the year. 30th of December will be his final tournament. He'll miss out on the cuts for the next Under-17 AFCON by 2 days. He'll be on to bigger and better things by then anyway. From Angola, 2-0 down now, perhaps with nothing to lose. Jairo Mwanya, quick feet, but saw his shot blocked before it had really even left his boot. There he is again, Mwanya getting between 3 defenders, couldn't quite get himself on the ball. Kami seemingly couldn't quite keep that in play. Andro, defensive midfield for Angola, weighing up his options, chooses a simple pass out to Moraes. Martinho will have to put that mistake behind him. Out of his mind. Perhaps some culpability at the feet of Gelson Dalla as well. Left his defender slightly wrong-footed. Certainly not going to be a second man of the match performance from Dalla. So impressive against Mali. 2 goals conceded. Arguably a mistake for the second. As we see a 3rd yellow card of the game handed out. The first to an Angolan. It is to Jairo Mwanya. Mahambo, the recipient of the first, making way for Kizinga. Inspired substitution, I have to say, from Yaneza Sanganzalu. There's a real ability to blend defensive solidity with attacking intent. Saw that during the qualifiers, now seeing it at the Under-17 AFCON finals. Looking to go for a 3rd. Once again here, back-to-back 3-0 wins. Plenty of time in which to do it. Angola won't by any means have given up hope though. Still well over half an hour here. Try and turn this one around. Again, that intense press. Earning a high 5, well-deserved one for Salam Hamis. His pressing resulted in the 2nd goal. Get him an assist as well. Rossi forced backwards. Andrew coming in to help out, making a back 5 at times. Hamis going for the nutmeg. That's the right call. He closed down, nearly pulled it off as well. There's Vandro again. Also dropping deep. Mandelson getting involved. Seeing far more of the ball here since that 2nd goal. Angola having to throw caution to the wind. And have an eye on goal difference, I'm sure, but they are now over halfway through the group stages and they haven't found a goal. Whilst that was part of an excellent performance on Matchday 1, certainly what they would have hoped for, what they would have expected. And looked at as a whole, compared to their showings in the qualifiers. Scored 17 in the group stages alone in the qualifiers. Yeah, other games getting underway around the complex. Already a couple in the last 5 minutes. Games come thick and fast. The under-17 AFCON, now 16 teams. Of course, Mozambique and Mali, the other Group C Matchday 2 meeting. Face off later this evening. By the end of the day, Tanzania could be absolutely clear and comfortable in top spot. Good chance their qualification is secured by the end of the day. Either way, as a third change is made for Angola. Mario Catala now bringing on Gabriel Silva. Places Hossi. Maybe a reshuffle, and midfielder coming on for the departing right back. Does seem to be in a central position as well. See if anyone has slotted in at right back. Seems to be someone over there. Is it Vandro? Seems a likely candidate to move from defensive midfield to right back. Quite often see players interchange between fullback and CDM. I think it is Vandro, with Gabriel Silva having come in that CDM role he has vacated. You saw there the possession stats, which have evened out a touch since the half-time break. What hasn't changed, though, since half-time is Tanzania's ability to win the ball deep in Angolan territory. Punished them once. That could have been another punishment. Piece of control. Get it back as well. Tisma Satanasi. Kazinga. Doubled the lead. One of his first touches. Tanzania moving it around really nicely. That's excellent as well. That's a painful collision. We'll play on for now. Referee will check on the down player as soon as possible. We now heard the cry of agony there from Kazinga. I think there's to be a VS review here. Challenge made clearly by Elianeza Sanganzelu. Potential red card, presumably. And oh, that will have hurt. That much is for sure. Osvaldo Costa getting something on the ball first, but studs up and onto the ankle of Kazinga.
Give me normal speed.
It's normal speed, the referee
Back, back, back.
See the impact and basically judge whether Costa was out of control. It was a genuine attempt at a clearance. Question is whether it was a case of endangering an opponent out of control. As he certainly succeeded in clearing the ball. The problem is Kasinga has got a touch on the ball as well immediately after. The referee has seen enough. He'll head over now and explain his decision to the head coaches. We didn't hear. Referee's microphone not working. We'll have to wait and see if anything is to be handed out here. There's a red card. A straight red card for Osvaldo Costa. Gelson Dalla clearly aggrieved, feeling that is a very harsh decision. If one thing is for sure, Angola's already tough task has just got harder still. 2 goals down, now 1 player down. You can see why the referee has made the decision. Whether or not there was malice, and I don't think there was from Costa. That is a dangerous tackle. Referee with the benefit of a second viewing has reached for the red card. Tanzania, already strong favourites. Yeah, now nailed on for another 3 points. And grab another 3 goals as Osvaldo Costa. And ball's over. Nowhere in particular. Getting the ball organised, Angola. This is very much within striking range. 3 candidates. Hamis, unselfish with the assist for the second. Well, Captain Juma, pull rank. It is indeed left to Hamis. And there's your third. And what a third. Tanzania are flying in this tournament. And Saddam Hamis, so unselfish to tee up Kazinga for the second. Gets his reward with a third of the game for Tanzania from a free kick awarded via a VS challenge, a straight red card, and then salt applied to that wound with a goal from the resulting free kick. Beautiful bending effort. No chance for Dalla. And Tanzania are 3-0 up for the second time in 3 days.
Goal for Tanzania, scoring by number 19, Saddam Hamis. هدف لمنتخب تنزانيا سجله اللاعب في 19.
Excellent throughout, Hamis. It's a goal he thoroughly deserves. Grabbed an assist against Mozambique as well, and he's got a goal and assist here against Angola. Can they add more still? We have a quarter of this match remaining. Precisely, they tick past 67.5 minutes. And they have an extra man as well. the dominance across the contest thus far. May well just take their foot off the gas a touch. Won't be a surprise. As mentioned, so many games coming so quickly in this competition. And with very few changes made across the 1 3/4 matches thus far. To protect against tiring legs. For now though, pick up where they left off. Push on, go for the jugular, look for a fourth. Hamis left it there to Atanasi. It's been switched from right to left, back to the centre again. There is Hamis. It's brilliant play. Hamis with the shot. This time leaning back. That one's sailing away. Tanzania coming on strong at the senior level recently. Ended a very long wait for a place in the AFCON finals in 2019. Beating those local rivals again. Uganda reached the tournament proper for the first time in 39 years. Only just the one draw, along with 5 losses across their appearances in 1980 and 2019. But made it for a third time. Heading to Côte d'Ivoire. The edition in 2024-25. Showing just how far football in Tanzania has come. And how the future is looking very, very bright. The Taifa Stars, as they are affectionately known. Still waiting for a first World Cup appearance. Fared pretty well in the qualifiers for the tournament this summer. Couldn't quite get the job done. As the referee deals with another contentious moment. They come again, progressing on the continent, progressing forwards up the pitch once again. It's the final 20 minutes now. This time it was Juma, captain, going for goal. Reached the round of 16. Knockouts for the first time in Morocco in their 4th appearance at the AFCON, the senior side, start of the year. One of the heights that Tanzanian football might reach. As mentioned, Simba and Young Africans, Yanga, the 2 main clubs in Tanzanian football, have achieved some pretty impressive moments. Plenty of success on the continent. Now the national side starting to live up to the heights of the club teams. Some runners-up in the Confederation Cup 12 months ago. Last night, that particular, perhaps unwanted honour, because it is a great achievement when the way of Zamalek, beaten by Uzma in the final in Cairo yesterday. Here, a little west in Rabat. It's all going the way of Tanzania. 3 goals again. Same scoreline. They finished Matchday 1 with, as one worry though, Begalendi has gone down. Before his teammates can put it out, the referee just pausing proceedings himself. Allow the opening goal scorer to be checked over. Kazinga, by the way, seems to be moving just fine after that nasty collision that led to the red card. As we see plenty more changes about to be made to this Tanzania side. Sankanzelu looking to freshen things up, give some other players some opportunities. Hope for his sake and Tanzania's that Begalendi shake off whatever this issue is over the next few days. Maybe we'll see a large number of changes heading into Matchday 3 anyway, with qualification quite likely secured, and also top spot potentially secured depending on the result later this evening. Atanazi make way for Barua. We saw Suanani Shabani coming on as well.
Played out number 11, Raziki Bugalendi. Replaced by number 22.
Another change for Angola as well. Maybe trying to address the absence of Costa and Nelson. The player to make way. 115 coming off, 115 coming on. Angola's Pedro Antonio brought on for the final 15 or so.
تغيير في صفوف منتخب أنغولا. خروج اللاعب رقم 8 جواو كابيتاو ودخول اللاعب رقم 15 بيدرو أنطونيو. The second substitution for Tanzania team.
We're into the final quarter of an hour now. Tanzania largely going through the motions. They know the job is all but done. Going to have a point to prove. Get a free kick in the centre circle. Manuel brought down. Caught there by Barua. Not the first involvement he might have hoped for. The Travella pass. Looking for the run of Soan. Shabani. Easy to spot. Big head of hair. Need to get thoroughly involved. Plenty of touches on the ball, dictating play as soon as he's come on. And De Lazio against it with 3 or 4 blue shirts around him. It's Shabani has come away with it. Attempted flick on from so Charlie doesn't come off. It's in fact Balasalu who's got himself back on the ball. Floated in, had to be dealt with at the back post, and it was, to his credit, by Manuel Moraes. Not sure who was lurking behind him, the left back. And to put it out, safety first. Nice. Over to take corner here, be an in-swinger. It's given short to Yusuf. Now back to Hamis. Fired it through that corridor of uncertainty across the 6-yard box as you'd normally see, but that really could have been flicked home by anyone from either side. It was either well or misjudged, respectively. Full of running as well, Baroa freeing himself up. Slip there for Moraes, be kept in. Right. Shabani has got it back. Turning on the spot. Balasalu, who set Tanzania on their way. His pass perfectly into the path of Begalendi. He was the joint top scorer at the Sekafa qualifiers as well. Set them on their way in that regard. Clinical finisher. Excellent movement. Keen eye for goal. Feet of Shabani. Ends up tackling his own teammate, but it'll turn to a pass. It's just the way things seem to have been going for Tanzania. Everything that could go right has gone right really here. Can they header forced? Nice ball in from Yusuf. Trying to get it under control there. Baru, but couldn't do so in the end. Not with 2 Angola players rolling around in agony. Be another yellow card. This one from Begu. I think a yellow probably for the second challenge rather than the first. Anything else, just an unfortunate flail of the hand as he won the ball. The second, a little clumsier. Catching Eliseu. And to his credit, an apology from the centre-back. Maybe a chance to test Haji Abdallah. He's had a largely quiet afternoon thus far. Like his fellow keeper, named best goalkeeper at the qualifiers as well in that Sekafa tournament. Great command of his penalty area. Let's see that here. Line of players along the edge of the box. Great reflexes as well. To near the penalty spot. There's a Tanzanian head on it. Begu, like his captain before him, making amends and dealing with the free kick he gave away. Offside flag up against Jairo Mwanya. And Demo goes long. Looking there for Balasalu. Had Murray in support. It is to be an Angolan free kick. Not their first meeting in the under-17 AFCON. These two. Last time they met, it was a 4-2 win for Angola in 2019. Before that, a 2-1 win for Tanzania in 17. Once a high press on Tanzania, causing problems rather than by Tanzania, but they found their way out. It's excellent from Yusuf. Continues run as well, laying it off. There's Hamis. Drilled cross field by Chole. Lovely dummy. Allowed it to reach Kilindemo. They win it back so quickly. Yet again, here's Tanzania, and here's another effort from Hamis. This time well held by Gelson Dalla. Of course, fine margins. And whilst it might feel like this scoreline is rather set in stone, at least the result, goal difference certainly could become a factor. Angola will be determined not to concede more than Mozambique did. 3-0 defeat with the top two, of course, advancing from these groups. The third place teams heading into that playoff for a World Cup spot. Could come down to goal difference, especially with that point claimed by Angola against Mali. If Mozambique can do the same this evening, a draw between the two would mean it would come down to goal difference when they played on match day 3. A winners take all, a winner takes all rather, situation in terms of that World Cup playoff spot. Of course, they can grab one here. You would have a better goal difference, at least as things stand. And Mozambique currently both on -3. Yusuf, side to Shabani. Tanzania only worried about increasing their goal difference further. It's a good problem to have for them. 6 scored, 0 conceded. Only problems for Tanzania and their head coach will be how much to change on match day 3, how many players to rest. Their qualification will be secured with this result. 6 points come the final whistle. Mali and Mozambique facing off. Only one of them will be able to get within 3 points of Tanzania. If either a draw between those two, Tanzania will be guaranteed top spot. Win for Mali could snatch it away from Tanzania when the two meet in 3 days' time on Tuesday afternoon. more double change for Tanzania. Final one of the game. Final two available to Lioneza Sangenzelu. It'll be Kasim Juma, captain, on a yellow card, and Lukman Balasalu brought off. Well-deserved round of applause for them. Job well done at either end of the pitch. Changes as well for Angola. De Lazio making way for the number 13, Alberto Dumbo. For Tanzania, Sultan Shamba, as you hear, brought on. Chance for some of the lesser used members of the squad get a few minutes under their belts. Another yellow. They've picked up a lot of goals, but a lot of bookings as well in this game. Tanzania, latest into the book is Issa Chole. Clumsy one. It won't do too much to take the shine off another splendid afternoon in the Moroccan sun for Tanzania. Looks set for back-to-back 3-0 victories, which will secure them a spot, not just in knockout rounds, but thus in the World Cup for the very first time. How many additional minutes will we get? As that booking for Chole is secured. 3 is the answer. Can Angola grab themselves a consolation and a first goal of the tournament? It's been nicely worked to the edge of the area. Not something they've managed to do all that often. Knocked back in by Gabriel Silva. Tanzania hold firm. They don't want to concede for the first time this tournament. Haji Abdallah for back-to-back clean sheets. There has been a VS challenge, seemingly. Maybe for a potential penalty. I think I've heard penalty there as well mentioned. Mario Catala and his team perhaps seeing something. Is it a potential handball? Let's see. Let's see the claims. As it flicks back up onto the hand. Oh, it may well have done. Certainly far from intentional, and a matter of centimetres rather than metres between the ball and the hand at the point at which it was diverted in that direction. But for Ismail Likungilo, it's a less than an ideal entry. Only just brought on. Replacing his captain. Immediately up against a VS challenge. The referee this time not swayed by a second viewing. Clearly deeming whilst it did hit the hand, it wasn't right by his body. There was no real time for Likungilu to react. Now just 30 seconds of the 3 minutes remaining. We'll see if there's a little extra added on for that break. It's not going to change the result. That much is certain. Chance of a consolation, and again, could have made a great difference to Angola in terms of goal difference. I'd love to head into the final game with Mozambique, knowing a draw would see them through into the World Cup playoff. He could still have a place in the quarterfinals. And a helping hand tonight in a draw between the two sides. He'd be within touching distance. Another win for Tanzania on the final day and a win of their own, and they would join the side that's beaten them today in the final 8. They will have one final free kick here. A chance to grab their first goal of this under-17 AFCON. Just outside the box. Well, within shooting range. Similar area to the one from which Hamis delivered Tanzania's third goal. Three men in the wall. Imposing figures as they are. Tallest members of the squad. Certainly the tallest on the pitch for Tanzania currently. Fourth has been added in. It'll be Jairo Mwanya to take. Straight into the head of the third member of that wall. Lively attacker Mwanya. Hasn't been able to show it all that much here. And there is the final whistle. Another 3-0 win for Tanzania. Back-to-back 3-0 victories over Mozambique and now Angola. Secures them a spot in the knockouts already with a match to spare. And more importantly, perhaps, their first ever appearance at the Under-17 World Cup.
أنغولا 0 تنزانيا 3. Man of the match, number 90 from Tanzania, Saddam Hamis. رجل المقابلة رقم 19 من تنزانيا Saddam Hamis.
Good evening, man of the match. Huge performance today. So can you tell us what gave you that extra boost on the pitch today?
Kwanza namshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kumaliza mchezo wetu salama. Kwanza namshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kumaliza mchezo wetu salama. Tumepata matokeo ya goli 3. Tunamshukuru Mungu. Na mimi najisikia furaha kwa kupata man of the match. Asante sana.
Good luck. Congrats.